Betrayed by my girlfriend and my cousin at a wedding. Hey guys, I've been a long time lurker here but never thought I'd have a story worth sharing. Here goes. So, my girlfriend Francesca, 33 female, and I, 34 male, we've been together for a couple of years now. We both do marry, though I limit myself to fortnightly sessions due to tolerance buildup from my teenage years. Francesca, on the other hand, has a penchant for drinking, which she does every weekend. We attended my cousin's wedding not too long ago. Now, I'm not much of a drinker, but Francesca convinced me to swap my usual J for a few rounds of drinks at the reception. I got more intoxicated than I've ever been, and I stumbled upon Francesca playing with the snow with Sean, 31 male, my other cousin. Sean and I aren't close. He sees me as a weirdo who gets intoxicated all the time, while I see him as an arrogant, spoiled bully. It felt like a slap in the face to find them together like that, even more so when Francesca brushed it off as her just having a good time. Despite our argument, we ended up in bed together. The next morning, I woke up to find her gone. My heart sank, but I tried not to jump to conclusions. Down at the reception, I overheard some of Sean's friends joking about how Sean was doing the dirty with his cousin's girlfriend. I confronted them, demanded to know which room they were in, and insisted one of them come with me. The sound of intimacy was audible before we even reached the room. I told Sean's friend to knock and get Sean out without telling him why. After repeated shouting and knocking, Sean opened the door to see me. He backed away, I followed him into the room. Francesca, my Francesca, was in bed, looking shocked and asking what is it? Sean stayed silent. I could only stand there as she became hysterical, claiming it's not what it looks like. But it was exactly what it looked like. I left without saying a word. So that's my story. I'm feeling a mix of betrayal, anger, and confusion right now. I'm open to any advice, any words of wisdom, as I navigate through this. Thanks for reading.
I cheated on my boyfriend and I regret it. Hello. So for context, me, 21 female, and my boyfriend, 21 male, been together for 3 years, but back in October I cheated on him during my exchange semester. The breakup was horrible. I caused him a lot of pain and it's something I so deeply regret I can't even begin to explain it. After I came back in February I wanted to see him, talk with him and just hang out with him. After nearly 3 months of me chasing him and trying to meet, yesterday was the day we finally met. It was rough. For the both of us. I never lost feelings at all, but he obviously, and rightfully so, did, and he moved on and told me he is dating someone new. I kinda already knew it because he is honestly such a catch and I don't think I will ever find someone like him again or be happy for that matter. Everyone tells me I need to move on and I need to get over him, but I can't. How can you get over someone you still love? I regret cheating on him so much and I wish I had him back. Is there any way I could get him back? Update. He just texted me and wishes me the best, but he can't stay in contact with me right now and that he got nightmares again. I am not going to respond and just leave him alone. Boyfriend, 30 male, cheated on me, 26 female, and got his ex pregnant. TLDR, boyfriend of almost 4 years got his ex pregnant and has been lying about it to me for at least over a month. How do I move on? My boyfriend's ex-girlfriend reached out to me, 26 female, on social media yesterday to inform me she was in her second trimester and it was my boyfriend's kid. She thought he would have the conversation with me already about it. She has been staying with his family since they broke up, 5 years ago, because she's not from here and has no one else. I honestly thought he was over her and couldn't stand her. It was my worst fear with her being so involved in his life still that he would have easy access to a woman who couldn't say no to him, and my nightmare came true. It took him a while, but he finally admitted to it. Of course it was a one-time mistake and he doesn't know if it's actually his. I honestly feel so lost and hurt. The sad part is, if it was some random girl he got with I probably could have forgiven him. We were in the process of looking for houses together and building a future with his 2 kids he already has. Their mom passed when they were babies. I gave him everything, his kids everything, my entire all. My world and future revolved around him. I honestly feel lost and like such a fool. I had a brief panic attack yesterday. So please, any advice on how to grieve this relationship and move on with my life? Update: I broke up with him when I found out, y'all. I know it says boyfriend, but it's hard when it's so fresh and I feel so lost. Just needed advice on how to move on. Update 3: Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Sometimes I feel crazy for what I'm feeling and going through, and it was so nice to hear from so many of you, Wasn't expecting more than like 10 comments. I appreciate everyone's response besides those asking me what I did. I have a therapy session next week. I have a gym membership that I have been neglecting anyways, so it's time to get back in there. I might take a trip. I plan to be the best person I can be.
My pregnant wife, her affair, and the ultimate plot twist. Hey folks, buckle up because this is a wild one. My wife, let's call her Jane 29 female, and I, 34 male, have been together for 5 years now. We were living the American dream in sunny California, happily married and expecting our first child. I was on cloud 9, that is, until I noticed Jane acting a bit strange. She was always on her phone, giggling at messages, and being overly protective of it. Something didn't add up. So, I did what any suspicious husband might do. I set up hidden cameras around our home. A couple of weeks passed, and I almost forgot about the cameras until one day, when Jane said she was having her best friend, let's call her Lisa, over for a girls' night. I decided to check the footage later that night, and what I saw left me speechless. There, on my living room couch, was Jane. With Lisa's boyfriend, Mark. They were more than just friends, that was clear. I was devastated. I couldn't believe it. And, before I could process it all, they moved from the couch to our bedroom. I felt sick to my stomach, but I had to get evidence. I called Lisa immediately and told her what was happening. She was as shocked as I was. We decided to confront them together. As we entered my house, we could hear them upstairs. Lisa was furious, and I had to restrain her from charging up the stairs and hurting my pregnant wife. I managed to calm her down, and together, we confronted Jane and Mark. The look on their faces when they saw us standing there, it was a mix of guilt and surprise. After a heated exchange, we kicked Mark out and Lisa, broken-hearted, left after him. Jane was in tears, begging for forgiveness. But I wasn't having any of it. I demanded a DNA test when the baby was born. Fast forward a few months, the baby is born, and the results came in. It was Mark's baby. I felt a strange relief and sadness at the same time. Mark, on the other hand, refused to have anything to do with Jane or the baby. After that, I packed up my things and moved back to my homeland, Wales. It's been a rough few months, but I'm finally starting to feel like myself again. I guess the moral of the story is, trust your gut. And remember, karma always finds its way. TLDR, caught my pregnant wife cheating with her best friend's boyfriend on hidden cameras. Confronted them, demanded a DNA test after the baby was born, and it turns out, the baby isn't mine. Moved back to Wales. Life goes on.